So in last class, we discussed about what we discussed in last class. Radio button, that one we discussed, right? Sorry, radio button we supposed to discuss, checkbox, toggle, and switch we discussed. So today we will discuss about the radio button, right? So for that here now, just I'll create a project. So once we create a project, radio, we'll discuss about the radio button. So radio button is nothing but last time what we discussed, checkbox, toggle and switch, that has the checkbox has some multi-selection. Now whatever we are going to discuss, that should be like single selection. So from the contents we can take this normal. So that we will see here. So just we will create a project. I'm creating here the project. So new project. New project. So for this project, I'm giving you the name as radio. So once that project has loaded, there we will see that. Yes, so this project is loaded. So now here in a UI, first of all, we will change this. We are discussing with the linear layout, right? So even today also, I'll try to discuss with the linear layout only. So from next week, we will see the different layout. So here now, I'm changing this.
Sir, I am not able to
see the screen. Can you confirm with
the screen? Yeah, it's totally showing black. Yeah, Anirudh?
I can see the screen over there.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Maybe Robin, you're outside.
Network issues.
No, sir. Actually, it was showing.
Even your voice is also breaking.
Black. I have to join.
Yeah, you can try to reset.
Sir, now I.
Yes, now we are able to see, right? Okay. So now this constraint layout, I'm changing as a linear layout. So I'm changing the constraint layout to linear layout. And so now here we will add the orientation. So then we will take the radio button and we will try. So here I'm adding the orientation, that is Android. So orientation equal to vertical. So I have added the orientation as vertical. Then, so here let it be the text view. So after the text view, we will add radio buttons. Just wait. Once this project has loaded, we will add this radio buttons. So normally radio buttons we will use within a radio group because it should be dependent on one button is dependent on other button, because like let us say for example I'm using this radio button for the gender selection. So one button will define male, other button will define the female. So that depend on, like if once I select the male, automatically it should disappear the female, like so that kind of scenario. So for that reason, so just we have to check this with this. So we will see here now. So first of all here we would like to take the radio group. So for this radio group is also have some properties like height and weight. So this weight I'm changing as match parent. So width I'm changing as match parent. Then for this also it has an orientation. So for this I'm taking the orientation because the radio buttons should align in a manner. So for that it requires the orientation. So just added the horizontal, like let it, we will adjust that. So similar way, we will take here radio buttons. So like I'm taking the radio buttons here. So this text view, I'll copy and we will take this within this radio group, right? So here I'm taking two radio buttons, right? So this I'm changing as radio button. So I'm changing this as a radio button. So this is allowable like this. So here now I will add ID. So Android ID. So that is equal to, so at the rate plus ID. So that is the RG1. So sorry, radio button one, RB1. So radio button one. So for this, the text, I'll display the text as male. So I want to display the text as a male. Right. So if it is like this, so we can add all text properties, right? So whatever the text properties we used so far, so all text properties we can use. So like similar here, I want to display this as the female. So female. Right. So for this, I want to use ID as RP2. RP2, I'll use the ID as this. So wait, almost it is done. Still it is taking too much time. It is done almost. So this is the radio button. So it is created like this here. Radio buttons are created like this here, right? So now here we will change the orientation as from vertical to horizontal. So horizontal. So even for this radio group also we will give an ID. So that is ID RC radio group. So for this we will give the text properties. Like what are the text properties we given? So that is so text color, text size. So text color hash. So next text all caps true. So text style italic, text size 20 sp. So margin margin 5 dp, padding 5 dp. So this I added here, right? So now the same properties I'll copy and paste for the below also. So here also I paste it. Right. So now we will add the functionality for this. So to add the functionality, so I think last time as we discussed radio data binding or not. Yes. Robin, have we discussed about the data binding in last class or no? This is the button we discussed. Okay, data binding we already discussed in last class. So now I'm adding here for this particular project here, I'm adding the data binding. So we will see the data binding, how we will add. So first to add the data binding here, now we will enable the layout. So I have added the layout. So this I'll add after this components. Right here I added the layout. The next year, so we used to add in a project level. This is the Gradle. So in a Gradle here, now we will add the data binding. So after Kotlin options, right here, I'm adding the data binding. So data binding enable equal to true. So data binding enable equal to true. So here now I'll add. So where binding column activity main binding equal to null. So that is binding equal to, so data binding. So data binding util dot set content. So here we will add this. So now we have to import these two, then we have to write the listener for that. So I'm importing the main binding. Right. Also data binding it will also will import. So I have imported both. Then I have to write here the next step. So that is the binding dot. So we have to apply listener here for the radio group. So because based on the radio group only this will work. So that's the reason we are giving that. So for the radio group RC, so dot set on check change listener only. This is also on check change listener, but it should be little bit different compared to the that listener, because there it will give the Boolean value. Here it give the based on the ID, checked ID. So we have to write the based on the checked ID, we have to write the condition here, right? So there I'll write here if, so that is checked ID. So again, we got two return types here. That is checked ID equal to r dot id dot rb1. So in case if it is the first ID, so it should be like this. So for this, we will set the text that is binding dot. So binding dot for the text view. Okay, we not given any ID. So for the text view here, we will give an ID first. So for the text view, we will give ID. So that is the TV1. Right here now, I'll add here. So that is TV1 dot text, set text means text equal to, so this is mail, right? Else, so binding that tv1 dot text equal to email. Right, I'm running this, we will see this output. So just I'm running this application, we'll see this output. Yes, we will close and we'll reopen the visor. Just now I'm checking with the visor. Sometimes visor will not connect, so that we used to reinstall that visor so that it will work. Recently, I have already downloaded visor, so I'm checking that. Okay. Otherwise, we will re-download the visor. Because sometimes visor will stop unexpectedly, so that we used to reinstall the visor. So I'm reinstalling the visor. Yeah, it is launching, but once visor is ready, we will see that output. when this installation has also failed. I reinstall it. So now Visor. Okay, that application was launched in my mobile, but Visor is not connecting. Yeah, Visor is also connected. Okay. So now we will see this output. See, now I'm selecting the male. So here it is male. So I'm selecting the female. It is selecting the female. So like this, it will work. One selection, one automatically deselection. Let us say, for example, here we have one more radio button. What happens? See here now, I want to add one more radio button. So in a radio group, I want to add one more radio button. So what happens, we will see. So copied this.
Sir, in our laptop also we have to download, or it is downloaded by default?
No, we have to download. Visor, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we have to download. Let us say this is XYZ. So this I changed as a RB3. So then now here we have to write if else, like here, else if, right? Else if. Again here we have to write the condition. So that is else if. Again we have to write condition, that is checked ID. Checked ID equal to r dot id dot. So RB2. Then next last here. So here we will write the else. So here that is binding dot. So binding dot tv1 dot text equal to, so something like XYZ I have like this. Now I'm running again. We'll see this output. So we have 1 minute left. If in case if it is done in a minute, we will see this output. Otherwise, we'll see in tomorrow's class this output. Then we will continue next topic. Almost it will be okay. It will run, but we'll see. That is launching. Yeah, see now I'm selecting XYZ. It's XYZ female like this. So it will work like this one, right? So next tomorrow we'll see next topics.